I'm Tiam Yang. I'm from Tyler Projects. So I'm just here on behalf of Microsoft to share with you guys about developing and deploying games on the Windows platform. So maybe just a show of hand, how many of you guys here have explored the Windows platform or have actually published on the Windows platform before? Okay, good. At least there's someone here who has really done that. Okay. Okay, so just a very quick run through of what you can do to develop on a Windows platform. You can actually use JavaScript HTML5 to deploy an app or game on the Windows platform. You can also choose to use C# XAML or Visual Basic with XAML, C++, and of course DirectX. So for my presentation today, I will be running through the C# XAML portion, but also with using Unity as the game engine as an example here. So like most platforms, on the Windows platform allows you to create games using a couple of other game engines as well. So like Unity, Construct 2, Game Seller, Game Maker, all these are the other game engines that you can use as well. And nowadays, most developers, when you develop a game, there's no reason to just make yourself or your games only available on a particular platform. So most people will be targeting cross-platform. Okay. So for the steps that I'll be showing you guys later, although it's for Unity as an example, the same steps will apply for most other game engines as well. So I'll just quickly get into the demo for Windows 8.1. Okay. So as you guys know, Windows 8.0 will not be supported. So yeah, if you have Windows 8, you should upgrade to Windows 8.1, and it's a free upgrade anyway. Okay. So in our case here, we are using Unity. You can develop and deploy to the Windows platform using either the free version or the pro version. So in my case here, I'll be just showing you using the free version. And one of the things to take note of for deployment on Windows 8.1 is something that might not be similar to what you have done for, let's say, a desktop app is this concept of a snap view. So I'll just show you that later as well. So in order to save time, I'll just use a video recording to skip some of the processing involved with opening up a very large game project. So in the Unity setting, you can just switch to the Windows platform quite easily by going to the file and under platforms, select the Windows Store apps. So in this example here, I'm using the free version, and you can see that even with the free version, you are able to export a game and compile it for Windows Store. Okay. After selecting the Windows Store app platform, you can click on player settings to set some of the basic settings for getting your game ready for the Windows Store. So some of these things are actually quite standard. Setting your company name, the app name, setting up your in-app logos, permissions, what would be requested from the users when they install your app. So all these are quite standard. And after that, at the end of it, when you click the build function, what Unity will do is it will request for you to create a folder where it will build a Visual Studio solution with your game, and after that, the next step will involve you using Visual Studio to do additional editing of like setting certain properties. So at the end of it, you get a folder created. So I'll just open up the solution that is created. So this will be the same step whereby after using Unity to export, you will just in my case here, I'm using Visual Studio Express, which is a free version of Visual Studio, so anyone can just download it for free. And by just double-clicking the solution, you will see this view. And in our case here, we will select x86 as the compilation, configuration, and I'll just click on local machine as where I will be deploying and testing the app on. Okay, so this is a asset that I've purchased off of the Unity asset store, and you can see that with very minimal steps, I can actually already get a Unity game running in a Windows package. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what is the next step after getting here? You'll probably want to do things like set up your assembly properties for your app. So like just filling in the versions and stuff like that, your language for your app and things like that. You can run through more steps to fine tune your logos that will be used when guys install your app. And the next step from here would be to just do the submission, which I will touch on later. Okay. And with regards to the handling of a snap view, okay. There's a few ways, few recommended ways to handle snap view. So this is an idea of a snap view in Windows. Okay. So one of the easiest way to handle snap view is just to pause the game, which you can do quite easily in Unity. But of course, you can still have the game continue to operate if you so chooses and if your game supports that. So in my case here, you can still continue to play the game even though it's in a snap view. And yeah, just make sure that your game doesn't do some funny stuff, like maybe your UI gets distorted and something like that, and you'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'll just run through the same similar steps for deploying on Windows Phone 8.1. Okay, so recently Microsoft has announced this concept of the universal app, whereby now you can actually deploy the same game for both the phone as well as for the Windows 8. And as you know, Windows 8 itself is built for tablets, the Surface Pro, Surface, even your desktop. So you can expect a very large audience already, a very large audience available to your apps if they are developed on the Windows Store. And now on top of that, you can actually reach out to the Windows Phone audience as well. If let's say you're using Unity, then maybe this is not that special to you, because in this case here, Unity is a cross-platform engine that already supports porting to Windows Phone 8.1 and Windows 8 already. But this is more for, let's say, if you're developing using other engines that might not be supporting both. Yeah. So the other thing to take note if you're deploying to Windows Phone instead of Windows 8 is for all Windows Phone, they have a back button, which is similar to most Android phones as well. So if you just have to handle when a user presses the back button, what the app should do things like, if there's an open active dialog, it should close the dialog. If you are in a menu screen, it should pop up, do you want to exit the game and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So right now for deploying on a Windows Phone 8.1, you actually have to use a different Visual Studio version for it. But going forward, with a universal app push, you will be able to just do deployment for both versions using the same Visual Studio. The new version is currently in RTM build, so you can actually already try that, yeah, if you want to try before it's ready officially. So I'll just skip some of the steps because most of them are the same. So instead of the build settings for Windows Store app, you just select for Windows Phone. Okay, and most of the settings are still similar, setting a company name, the app, and on top of that, now you have the option of setting the rotation. The other additional requirement after pushing out for Windows Phone 8.1 is you also have to, there's this inbuilt test where you can run before submitting to the store. So if let's say you run a local test in your Visual Studio and there are some errors encountered, most likely if you were to submit it to the store, you will have the same results. So this will allow you to save some time without having to upload to the store and waiting for a result that doesn't pass anyway. Yeah. So let me just run through that. Okay, before that, let me just briefly touch on some of the accounts that you can sign up for to submit your apps. So if you're just working as a indie or maybe individual developer, you can go for the individual account, which is approximately $19 per year, depending on your region. Yeah. There are some slight restrictions, but most of that is fine for games developer. So most of the restriction is mainly more for the app developers that want to do certain functionalities. And if your company is $99 per year. But later on, I will touch a bit on some of the programs that are available that can help you save on these costs as well. Okay. Okay, so I'll just quickly go to the submission process. So right now, when you submit an app for Windows 8, the submission screen is actually very user-friendly. So just click, set the name of your app name. This is by reservation. So if someone else has already taken the name that you want, you probably will have to pick another name. Yeah. And if you intend to squat the name, just take note that you can only keep it for 1 year. If, let's say, you did not develop anything and push out. Yeah. So most of the steps here are very self-explanatory and very similar to other stores that you might submit your app to. So this is just to show you, to show you some of the steps so that you probably be less frightened because you don't know how the process is done. And so over here, you can see that if, let's say, your game is a bit memory intensive, you have an option here to filter out devices with lower memory. So this is one way for you to filter out the lower end models. Okay. Okay. So the rest of the steps here will be adding push notifications, if you intend to do that, setting your in-app offers items. If you don't have, you can just skip that. Age rating, this is quite standard. Just set what kind of rating that you feel your game is built for. Again, if you have no certificate for some of the countries' requirement, just save and you can skip this part for those countries. Cryptography, most of the time, I will just click no. And after that, you just upload the package that previously was already compiled in Visual Studio. Just upload it here, save. The next few steps are very straightforward. Add some notes for description for your customer, add notes to the testers, like maybe tell them to take note that there's this thing, steps, or there's a, if you have some coupons or some codes that you want them to try out, you can also just add those notes there. Yeah. So after that, just wait for approval process. If you're submitting an app as a company, the approval process will be somewhat slightly faster because you go through a more rigorous verification process. But as a app individual developer, if let's say you haven't submitted any app previously, it might take a while, maybe a few days. Yeah. But for verified accounts, sometimes the approval process might be as fast as just a few hours. Okay, now I'll just run through for the Windows Phone as well. It's again very similar. So the interface is a bit different, but most of the steps are the same. And now you can also see that that with the introduction of the universal app, you can now link and associate an app that you have deployed for Windows 8 over here for your app that will be pushed out in Windows Phone 8. So what this does is it allows your customer who, let's say, have purchased, if let's say yours is a purchase app, if he made a purchase for the Windows 8 version, he would be able to just get the version on the phone for free as well, since he already paid for that version. And over here, you can see you are able to just associate by the unique name assigned on both stores. Okay. And after that, most of the other steps are similar, setting your app category, games in this case, setting the subcategory for your game, whether there's pricing on the phone, and market distribution, stuff like that. And going forward, once the push towards universal app is more complete, I expect the interface to be more integrated. Right now, there are still two separate sites for developers to visit and submit their apps. Okay. Okay, now for the more interesting stuff that you can get from Microsoft. So if let's say you are an indie studio or a startup company, you can actually look out for this program that's made available online, BizSpark. Or if let's say you have some difficulty trying to sign up with the program, maybe at the end of the slides I have my contact there. You can drop me an email. I will help you to just link up with the guys from Microsoft. Okay. So why use BizSpark? First of all, it's free, and the sign-up process is very easy. Once you have talked to the guys from Microsoft, the process is just purely online, and it's quite a fast activation for your account. So once you're in the program, you are able to get access to most of the Microsoft software for up to 3 years. So for example, let's say you guys need to use Visual Studio, Microsoft Office, all these softwares. Even for Windows 8, you'll be able to just download them through the MSDN subscription, which is provided free for you for that 3 years. And at the end of the 3 years program in BizSpark, you get to keep the software even after that. So this is very useful for new companies because it really helps you. Every little bit of cost that is saved means a lot to new startup companies. And after that, by being in the program, you're exposed to more opportunities offered by Microsoft. They give you free access. So now you will be able to get just waive off your subscription to just upload your apps to the store. You get free promotion because BizSpark is actually a community of startups. So currently there's close to 50,000 startups in the program worldwide. So by being inside this program, you will get opportunities to like maybe showcase your products to the rest of these startups as well. Okay. And obviously, there are also things like consultation programs and whatnot, if let's say you wish to get some help from the guys from Microsoft. And for students, you have access to DreamSpark, which is similar programs for students and academic institutions. So same thing, you just check out the website. Okay. And going forward, there's also things that are available, like in this case here, Unity has an ongoing offer right now with Microsoft. So this offer has recently just been extended to end of June. So do check it out if let's say you are already using Unity and you intend to just port some of your existing games or some new games over to the Windows platform. By just submitting a simple concept of the game that you have in mind, they will be able to grant you a free Windows 8 Pro license to you. And after that, by submitting a beta prototype, you might also be eligible for a free developer device, either a phone or a tablet. And if your game is of a higher quality, you will get additional benefits like 1 million impressions, ad package on ad duplex, additional devices, chance to get featured, and access to technical assistance. Yeah. So, yep, that's the end of my talk. These are the links that are available. If you have any questions, you can also email me after this session. Yeah. Okay. So, is there any questions that you guys have?